Hey everybody, Shadowstar and Crystal here to review the 17th episode of Season 1 of Arrow, Huntress Returns. Well, that being the name of the episode, let's talk about the villain, who's back.
Yeah,
Yay.
bit of a spoiler in the name, although not really, because at this point, they still hadn't said the name Huntress.
Really?
I mean, before you watch the episode, you wouldn't know the name Huntress.
I swear they must have said it in those first two episodes.
I don't think they did.
I don't know. That's the thing, sometimes I forget when they say names, because they don't use names much in Arrow sometimes.
Yeah.
But the Huntress is back, and like the last two episodes with her, I don't really care for this one either.
All she wants is to kill her father.
It just gets plain in one note.
Yeah, especially in the end where he gives her a way out, a plane ticket, a passport. I think she should have taken it, but nope, she doesn't.
And at the end she shoots her and then just runs away, by the way. I don't know what happens.
Yeah, we still don't know where she went.
I don't know why he's not paranoid that that she might tell somebody his identity. She never does. But yeah, the Huntress is back and she's the worst part of this episode. The main plot is the worst part of this episode, which is a shame.
Yeah.
It's always a shame when the main plot's the worst. The side plots were alright, they weren't huge, but they were more set up for ongoing plots that are going to happen.
Yeah, it was just bits and pieces. We had some aftermath of Tommy finding out, and yeah, around Oliver, he doesn't want to talk. Around Laurel, he's just distracted.
Yeah, I suppose we'll move on to Tommy. That's the thing, Tommy's very all over the place. Not in a bad way, but he's all over the place in this episode, because he's having trouble with Laurel. And on one hand, he can call Oliver a murderer, which he does occasionally do from now on. But he hasn't told anyone Oliver's secret. He's perfectly happy to keep this secret despite the fact that it's wreaking havoc on his love life. But eventually he learns there might be problems with Oliver as well. But yeah, Tommy's all over the place in this episode.
Yeah, that kind of thing, you wouldn't know how to feel about it.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. I'm not saying all over the place is in bad. It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
But
And then there was a little bit with Roy. He didn't show up for the job. He said, I don't want to take some rich girl's charity. Which, again, it's not free money. It's just a job. You work for money.
I know, and based on what I've taught, that's how jobs work. You're supposed to get recommended instead of actually go for it. But some people are weird. But yeah, that's the thing. I think I might be wrong. This is actually the first time we've seen Roy since his first episode.
Maybe.
Yeah, because the scene I was thinking of in the first episode was actually here. For some reason, I remembered the scene where Thea gets attacked by people as being in his first episode.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's the thing. Roy's all over the place, but at the same time, we do see him being a good person in the episode. And we see the development between them starting to grow.
Yeah.
I think from this point on, Roy's pretty much a mainstay character.
Yeah, so he has too much pride to take a job, but he is a decent guy. Like, he knew the area was dangerous. Like, he would have had to follow Thea after she left his house to see that she got attacked.
Well, I'm not sure how far away from his house she walked, but, I mean, to be fair, the first time she showed up, he said stay away from the glades, and then the second time he said it again.
Yeah.
Also, Thea has a friend. I forgot, that's the thing, Thea's friend kind of vanishes. This is another time we've seen Thea's miscellaneous friend we saw in the first few episodes.
Yeah, she just needs someone to be hanging around
It's just
with.
an excuse for Thea to talk, but honestly, you never see that much later.
Yeah.
Speaking of people you don't see much later, this is the final episode with McKenna Hall. Or at least I think it's her final episode.
Yeah, she's leaving, and I don't know, I think we were supposed to be disappointed she's leaving, but maybe I feel like we didn't have her long enough to miss her.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. I always forget she exists until I rewatch the show.
Yeah, she wasn't around.
And that's the
long
thing,
enough.
I didn't mind it. I forgot that he did have a relationship. It was only like 2 or 3 episodes, but hey, it was alright. It wasn't any... It's one of the better relationships we've had on this show. Usually they get a mess, and she's one of the people who doesn't care when he's had to lie and say he's been somewhere. Actually, she doesn't even bother asking where he goes.
Yeah, she was good while she lasted.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I suppose, well, there's a few other things. There was a flashback story, which at least was carried on from the previous episode.
Yeah, and I like that Slade is getting quite some respect for Oliver, because
Yeah.
he had a good idea.
This episode is really starting to cement their teamwork. I mean, the Odyssey did that, but this episode's doing it as well. It's really good to see. I really enjoy seeing their teamwork. This is where, like I said, the flashbacks near the end of this season get good. And then the second season's flashbacks are the best of the flashbacks.
Yep.
But there was a tiny thing in this episode. Like we said, the last episode ended with Laurel's mother.
Yeah, she was around a bit, trying to convince them that Sarah's still alive.
But that continues more in the next episode.
Yeah, Quentin didn't want to listen, and in the end he said, I'm finally ready to listen.
Yeah, but I suppose it is good. It is one of the better scenes for Quentin. That's the thing, I don't like him. There's sometimes I don't like Quentin, but any of the storylines that delve into, like, his issues with Laurel or Sarah are usually one of the better storylines for Quentin.
I guess so.
Yeah, especially some of the later episodes I can think of, but although then there's times where it gets really bad in season 3, but we'll worry about that later. But like I said, this episode just...
It's got a lot of little stuff together, I guess.
It's got a lot of little stuff, but it just kind of flew by and wasn't that interesting.
Yeah.
And I don't really care for the Huntress. Thankfully, she doesn't show up too much.
Yeah, she's okay, because there's not too much of her.
Still, I don't like... Yeah, any episode with the Huntress is usually not very good.
Yeah.
She just comes off as annoying, petty, and... But I don't think we see her much longer.
That's the thing, when I try to judge this episode, yeah, it's got its good points, but the problem is the main focus of the episode, the main plot, is not one of the good points, so I can't rate it too high.
Yeah, that's the thing. I always judge the main plot harsher, because the rest are just like ongoing threads through the season, and it's not really this episode's doing. This episode is about the Huntress, so that's what it should be mostly judged for.
Yeah.
I mean, like we said, we had good little stuff with the flashbacks and Roy and the Laurel stuff, but the Huntress stuff took up too much time, and I never enjoy her. I'm thinking 5, but I want to pull it down to a 4.5.
Wow, below average. Yeah,
I mean, think of it this way. Would you if you had to, would you want to watch this episode again? Not really.
No.
So it's got to be, but I'm going to give it a 4.5.
I'll just go for 5.
Well, yeah. But that was the 17th episode. I know I said this a lot, but damn, we're really getting in now. I think this is 5 episodes left?
Yeah.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, that's 6. That's how numbers work. I always forget 20 is a number. but yeah, and I do kind of remember what happens next episode, and I think I enjoy it.
Okay, well, we'll find out, because as usual, I do not remember much.
Yeah, you don't have much memory of what comes next now, unless it's a really big thing, or a really obvious cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I mean, you know the only thing you know for sure is the Laurel and Sarah plot is going to continue.
Well, yeah, that's kind of obvious.
But other than that, yeah. But, yeah, this episode was quick, forgettable, but also a bit annoying, so... Next time is an episode I think I remember as being good, so next time is episode 18. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to like and comment, it really does help, and we will see you next time for the 18th episode of the season.